Imagine a warm evening in South Sudan, Juba. The streets are dusty, children are playing, and the Nile glows gold under the setting sun. The hum of generators mixes with the sounds of street vendors closing their shops. Deng is walking home from his day job in Gudel, his heart heavy with worry. His family depends on him. His dreams feel distant. Yet tonight, he can't stop thinking about what his life could be. And then he sees her Mary. She's finishing closing her small tailoring shop. Fabric stacked neatly, scissors in her hand, and a sparkle in her eyes that makes the world feel lighter. For a moment, everything stops. Deng forgets the dust, the traffic, the bills. His heart races, she smiles. Just a small, knowing smile, and he feels something awaken inside him. Something that says, this moment is not by accident. And in that instant, Deng meets not just a person, but a kindred spirit. Deng had always been a dreamer. Back in Burrow, he would say, as a boy, I'll build houses that last. I'll make roads that connect towns. I'll make life better for my family. But he had never taken real steps to many obstacles, too much fear, too many responsibilities. Mary, however, had a spark to. She was practical. Yes, but inside her, dreams glimmered, like the Nile at sunrise. She had saved, learned, and built her tailoring shop carefully. She had survived and thrived in a city that rarely gives anyone an easy path. When Deng told her about his dreams one evening under the orange glow of street lamps in Gudel, she looked at him with both curiosity and challenge. Dreams are beautiful, she said softly, but beautiful dreams need plans. Otherwise, they remain in your head. For Deng, those words were like a light piercing through the fog of doubt. He realized something he hadn't before. Maybe the dreamer and the realist don't have to be enemies. Maybe they could be partners. Mary was cautious. She reminded Deng gently, if you want this, you need to start small. Take one step at a time. At first, Deng resisted. He wanted to leap, to chase, to defy the odds. But over time, he realized the truth. Mary's practicality wasn't holding him back. It was showing him a safer way to reach the stars. He began saving. He began planning. Each small step became meaningful, and slowly, something else began to grow their connection. It started with small gestures, walking home together, sharing food, laughing over shared memories of Burrow, or teasing each other about their clumsy attempts at love. Then it deepened the moments, when their hands brushed, when their eyes met, when the world seemed to disappear, leaving only the two of them. Their love was like a seed in fertile soil, and the dreamer in Deng and the realist in Mary began to nurture it together. Then came the test. Deng got news of a construction project that could launch his business, a chance to finally step into his dream. But the project was risky, and the money required was enormous. Excited, he ran to Mary. This is it. This is the moment. Mary's eyes softened, but her voice was firm. Yes, but what about your family? What if it fails? For days, Deng felt torn. He wanted to take the leap. The dreamer in him shouted, this is your chance. But the realist in Mary was right. If he failed, the consequences could be devastating. Their arguments grew heated. For the first time, Deng wondered if love could survive ambition. Could they pursue dreams without hurting each other? One night, walking along the quiet banks of the Nile, they sat in silence. The moon reflected on the water, and Deng finally whispered, I don't want to lose you, or the dream. Mary looked into his eyes, and for the first time, tears glistened. Then we do it together. We don't choose one over the other. We balance them. That was their turning point. They realized love and ambition could coexist, not if they compromised, but if they supported each other fully. The next months were hard. Deng worked during the day and took construction projects in the evenings. Mary expanded her shop while helping him learn the business side of things. There were nights when money was tight, nights when arguments flared, nights when Deng questioned whether the risk was worth it. But each time they reminded each other, dreams give courage, love gives strength. Realism gives direction. One evening, after a long day of work, Deng surprised Mary with a small gift-a-pair of fabric scissors for her shop. She laughed and hugged him tightly, whispering, "See, even small steps count." Their love deepened, not just in passion, but in respect, trust, and shared vision. Years later, their life was thriving. Deng's construction business helped families in Juba and Borough, building durable homes and roads. Mary's tailoring business expanded, taking orders from schools, weddings, and celebrations across the city. And every evening, they would sit outside their home, watching the sunset over the Nile. Deng would hold Mary's hand and say, "We dreamed together." Mary would smile, and we built together. Their love had become a living example of courage, patience, vision, and partnership. One stormy evening, a heavy rain flooded the streets of Gudel. Their shop and Deng's small warehouse were at risk. Panic set in, but they faced it together. As they waded through the muddy streets, helping neighbors, Deng turned to Mary and said, "If we lose everything tomorrow, I'll still have you. That's my dream." Mary, soaked and trembling, smiled through the rain. "And I'll still have you, and your courage. That's my reality." In that moment, they realized love is the bridge between dreams and reality. This is the story of Deng and Maria, story of love, courage, and balance. And the lesson is simple. You don't have to be only a dreamer. You don't have to be only a realist. But in life, in love, in South Sudan, in every part of the world, let the dreamer take you to new heights. Let the realist keep you steady. Let love give you courage to take the leap. Because the people who change the world and change their lives are the ones who dream, plan, and love with all their hearts. So today, ask yourself, who is waiting for you to take their hand and build a future together? And remember, the strongest love, the most inspiring lives, are the ones where dreams and reality walk side by side.